Because of the record heat wave sweeping much of the southern U.S., they've decided to close the roof and turn the AC to full blast here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Prescott to throw it. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Trent Taylor. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
At their own 49-yard line.
On 2. 11 empty tank. 11 empty tank.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
On 1, ready?
Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And some room to maneuver. The 20, 10, and he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for Cincinnati. Give him 42 yards on the ground. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. The Cowboys had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 70. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he will work his way out of bounds here at the 25-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll give it to Mixon. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's Gallup on the slant. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 29, Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now Prescott. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. So 2 touchdowns for him on the ground in this 1st half, and that one a thing of beauty.
And just like his last touchdown run, we saw him be patient. How about his vision where he's able to identify where the opening was? And then how about the escort right down the field all the way to the end zone from his blockers?
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And some room to work. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, fans of old school football, they got to be loving this, partner. All 3 drives so far have ended in a touchdown, and all 3 on the ground.
And when you say fans of old school football, count me in, because you just don't see ground games dominate the scoring by pounding the rock like this anymore. To me, this is refreshing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the 1st half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all, but right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Prescott now. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day, they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
On play action, Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. After the sack on first down, Prescott. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This is Lamb on the end around. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Here's Prescott. That's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. This is Mixon on the draw. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
11.
Mixon with a first down carry. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 40 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
From midfield now, Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now Burrow. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. An option handoff here to Mixon. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Uses the stiff arm. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
First down, Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Throwing, Prescott. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Prescott from the gun. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 108 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
A broken foot limited DeMarcus Lawrence to 7 games last season and only 3 sacks. And the Cowboys, they didn't even get back to his Pro Bowl form. At one point in his career, he had 25 sacks in a span of 2 seasons.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. On 3rd down, Mixon. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to a 1st down.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. He'll get this down to the 48-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Burrow on play action. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open man is Chase, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
In motion, the tight end. On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Burrow His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Bengals have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that gives him a 3-point lead.
Bengals 31, Cowboys 28. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone.
Pass midfield, look out. Tony Pollard. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys. They had just lost the lead. That deficit sure didn't take long to erase. They return the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown.
Love the thunderbolt that just came out of that one that puts them in the end zone and back in the lead. Your only question, your defense just gave up a score that put you behind. Will that score you just added on the board, will it energize them? Or do they have to go back out there and they're a tired unit? We'll soon see.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth-quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Throw left side complete to Chase.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Inside handoff to Mixon. Room here to run. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line.
113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. This goes out wide for Mixon.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Dallas Goedert from 6 yards away.
And the Bengals are able to move back in front. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect a lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day one of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that gives him a 3-point lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 24 yards to gain there. Another first down as well.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. From the 30 on 2nd down, Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try again with Elliott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Dak. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And they're not going to get the kickoff in time. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. Marr able to put this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Here's Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Burrow. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Throwing, Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
The LSU connection, Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson.
This from 51 yards for the win. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Cincinnati, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road game next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.